Hey everybody, Gandalf back. This is going to be a Sega at Games Flashback update. I've tested basically all of my games. I think I left out a few sports games, but there are some games that I can't get to work on my console. Now, I'm not 100% sure that all these flashbacks are the same. So, for whatever reason, these games may work on yours, but I'm just going to tell you right now it didn't work on mine. So, I have Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This is not on the cart or anything. This is the cartridge version. I mean, it's not on the console is what I meant to say. I have plugged it in, I've cleaned it, I've tried it over and over and over again, and I'll show you what happens. Turn the unit on. Does the normal startup thing. And as you can see, there's nothing. The cartridge slot, it's just nothing happened. And it does that every time. So that's a normal thing for Sonic 3. Before I show you these other games, I do want to note to you guys that I have tried games that don't work at first, and then I've cleaned them and they do work, but I have cleaned these games a lot and nothing happens. Another game I have is Target Earth. It's a cartridge. This is a real licensed Sega Genesis game. It's actually a really cool game. Now the same thing actually happens with this game. You'll put it in, wait for it to boot up. And wait for it. Once again, nothing. Didn't say it was loading, didn't try to load it, nothing. Just acts like nothing's in the cartridge slot. So that's that one. I had a game called Techno Cop, and what happened with that one is it didn't work at first. I used a Q-tip to clean the pins. It actually read it and it loaded it up, but it didn't say a name, it just said cart, and I pressed start to play it, and it boots up like normal, but nothing happens. It doesn't go to a Sega logo, nothing happens at all. You'll run into that, but the good news is if you see it actually load up, see your game actually load up, then that means it's probably going to work. It just needs cleaned, and for whatever reason the at games console isn't reading it correctly. So that's a common thing. I want to show you guys finally the 6-pack. Now, so just for the record, Sonic 3 and Target Earth I cannot get to work at all. No matter how hard I try, they just don't show up at all. But I found out multi-carts, from what I hear, they don't work, so I had a feeling 6-pack wouldn't work. This is a real Genesis cartridge that came out. It has Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, Columns, and Super Hang-On. Of course, some of these are already on the console, but Streets of Rage is not, and Super Hang-On is not. So this is actually funny because different things will happen when you load it up. It loads it like it's loading a cartridge, like it does detect it, but it does something really weird, and just hold on, you'll see what I'm talking about. So here we see loading cartridge just like normal. Wait for that to happen. This is what it will do. It will make multiple cartridges. But the thing is, when you try to select one, okay, this one says Mega Games 6-in-1, which you think this is the actual game. Sonic the Hedgehog, which is one of the games on there, it just says, okay, that's good. Revenge of the Shinobi. Now what's happened to me is different things. I'll press start to load it, and it'll just come out at you, black screen, like it's loading, but just revert back to this screen because it doesn't do anything. So let's see what happens when I press start on that. Common things that happens is this, it's just black, nothing happens. Let's go back to the menu. Let's try Sonic the Hedgehog. The same thing is probably going to happen. Okay. And let's try finally this. What happens to me before, and this may happen today, is this actually boots up. So it looks like it's actually working. And it'll go to the main title screen, which is where you can select 6 different games. The 6 games on the cards. Everything looks perfectly fine, right? Well, when you try to pick one of these, none of them ever work, and the only one I've ever gotten to work is Super Hang-On, but it has a glitch in it. It has a graphical glitch. But for the most part, it is playable. So I wanted to show you guys this because I'm pretty sure multi-carts games with multiple games on the cartridge do not work. This is pretty much confirmed. It's what I hear from everyone else. And me testing the 6-pack is pretty much proof of that. So, you know, the thing is, I don't have a lot of Sega Genesis games. I think I have about 35 or 40 games. Every single one of them work, except for this multi-pack game, 6-pack, Target Earth, and Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Those are really the only ones that don't work. So, I love the system. I still really like this system. I love the wireless controllers. They're super responsive. They work great. I love just how it looks and how it sounds. The games sound great. People complain at games Genesis have bad sound and they don't sound right. They sound, to me, 99% perfect, and that's pretty darn perfect. So they are great. They're awesome. You know, I recommend this console. The good news is I'm hearing details about people getting this game for $50. This console, I mean, the At Games console. That's good. I paid $70 for mine, and I only bought it like a week ago. But I encourage you to go look at my original review. This is a good console. I'm going to go ahead and try to load up Super Hang-On and see if it works. Let's see if it has the graphical glitch I was talking about. Last time there's some weird lines in the background. It may happen again, I'm not sure. If not, that's awesome, and that's exciting. I can't turn left and right. Okay, now I can. There it is. See those lines in the middle there? That stuff shouldn't be there. So basically that's the only thing I encounter with this. Like I said, you can still play it, but it messes it up in my opinion. Now if you had a single cartridge of Super Hang-On, it would probably work just fine. Unfortunately, this doesn't. So, kind of sucks. I don't know if I've tried every game. I think I didn't try Columns or something, but I don't think they're going to work because none of these seem to work just fine. I tried Sonic, I tried Shinobi, I tried Streets of Rage, of course. Yes, it's a bummer. Streets of Rage 1 and 2 and 3 are not on the system. Actually, it looks like Columns is working. I mean, that's great, but Columns is already on the console, so I really don't care, to be honest. Just to show you guys that Streets of Rage isn't working, I'm gonna do it real quick just to show you. There's no reset, so you have to go back to the menu. I still really like this console. I love that it's outputting to HDMI. You know, it's worth it. But that's me. I want to play these games in high definition. But I think what the great thing about it is that you can have save states. I mean, just the fact that you can have save states, like, really just nails it for me. As you can see, nothing happens when you go Streets of Rage. It's just a black screen. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you supporting my videos. I hope you enjoy this little update. Like I said, most games work. Target Earth, Sonic 3, multi-carts don't work. Have a great day.